Welcome back, folks. My name's Anthony Valentine, the Camper Nerd. Now today I've got something super special. What other words can we use? Super special. I've got 3 words to describe this vehicle. Wow, wow, and can you guess the third? You've got it, wow with an exclamation mark and a full stop. Where do I start? One of my favourites. I'm well known for my love of Autosleepers with a fiberglass body, as well as Roma homes with a fiberglass body. Oh, what have I forgot? What's just arrived this morning? So if you watch on my next video, 2001 Roma home, one owner from brand new, and no less than, it's 2001, 23 years old, 23 service stamps, and 42,000 miles. I would say that Roma home is concourse, definitely showroom condition. If there's a Roma home museum, it belongs in it. Anyway, that's the Roma home fiberglass. Let's talk about this fiberglass monocoque body Autosleeper. Now, why am I describing it as wow, wow, and wow? 31 years old. Please, I insist on you checking the MOT history. Kilo 475, Kilo Hotel Papa. I've never seen a 31-year-old vehicle with such an MOT history. It's green, green, green. I think the last advisory was 7 years ago for a tyre or a bulb. Oh, a ball joint, slight mark on a dust cover, not causing any problem. Must have been got out of the bed the wrong way, the MOT inspector that day, but the MOT is incredible. The negative, and I'm saying negative in inverted commas, 13 owners. It's 31 years old. You would expect it to have 9 or 10 owners. Still only one owner every nearly 3 years. Last owner's had it for 3 or 4 years. He's actually had it serviced by a childhood friend of mine who owns a garage locally. And that's how I come to have the ownership of this. This is, I don't know where to start. I'm going to struggle with my words. We're going to go around it and I'm going to show you. There's so much positives to say about this vehicle. It's had new windows, new fly nets at the top, blinds at the side, new cooker, and it's been refurbished to a very, very high standard. You're going to have to forgive me words with this one because I'm going to be talking for a long time. I'm that excited, and it is what it is. As I say, it's borderline show standard. I don't want to use the word show standard now because I know what you VW people are like. You can take them to shows. Imagine if this was a bay window. This would be £20,000 plus, and if it had a split in the screen there and it was a split screen, it would be, well, make up your own number. This is borderline classic, I would say now. I've predicted it for many years that these are going to be the next bay window split screen classic. It's the VW T4 and the monocoque fiberglass body. It's more comfortable than a bay window. It's more economical. 2.4 diesel, 92,000 miles. So the service history, I've got a pile of invoices. I think I've counted them up at 26, 27 invoices here, all going back to 2006. So we've only got service history going back to 2006. I don't know what's happened before. Let's have a look if there's any. No, this is all the manuals for it inside. Yeah, 13 owners on the logbook. Last owner bought it in 21, so he's had it for 3 years, 3.5 years, early 21. Obviously described correctly as motor caravan in the logbook. As I say, the MOT history is just incredible, and so is the bodywork. You can see it's had new stripes all round at some stage. I'd say they've been settled in. I'd say they're about 5 or 6, 7 years old, those stripes, but they've not been done recently, but they've definitely been done. The bodywork is just incredible, and if we could look at a previous owner has had the wheels. This has been inside storage, by the way. All the 4 tyres are like new. They've even got the knobbles, all matching tyres, and it's been powder coated, all the wheels. So normally you'd be, you know, it's had its age, you'd be putting wheel trims on. I think it wants just leaving, but of course it's up to you if you want silver wheel trims on, but I'd just leave it as it is. Just all a couple of weak spots that T4s have around the petrol cap. That's all presentable and nice. Windscreen. And I'm going to pop the bonnet just a tiny little bit here. If the camera can come here, normally on the earlier ones you can see some corrosion and rust, but there's nothing. There's just a little tiny bit there where it's been touched up. Even on the panel, if I can just pull the bonnet and have a look, the engine bay is just incredible. This has been mollycoddled for sure. That's the word I'm going to use. It's been mollycoddled. Just look at that. How nice and original is that? Yeah, just, you can see here, just on this running line here, all solid, but obviously a previous owner has just had just a little dust of paintwork there, but very light. There's no holes, there's no rust showing, all the slam panels fine, the bulkhead inside there, no oil leaks, a dry engine. I'm going to be taking it underneath because I thought this MOT history is off the scale, so I just climbed underneath and I looked and it's wow underneath. So yes, you know what, we'll show you underneath now and then we'll continue around the bodywork. Let's go underneath. So here we are underneath. This is, I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I've seen some vehicles in my day, but to think this is 31 years old. Obviously, if you're being really super critical, a little bit of clouding on that grey line that would probably machine polish back together, or you put some treatment on that. We are being super silly fussy, but right, okay, we'll start with the wheel arches. They're fine. Obviously, it's 31 years old, so it will have had some paint at some stage. But this is just incredible. The underneath, I've never seen a 30-year-old vehicle like it. We're just being super critical just here on this stabiliser bar that is probably not, it's not, yeah, it's just underneath there. You could just probably, that's the only thing I would say, see there, that's the only thing I would say that you could bring back if you're taking it to a show. Obviously that's not an MOT advisory or anything, it's all painted and it's prepped. But just, that's the only thing on the vehicle. No MOT and it's all solid, everything. But just look, you can clearly see someone has done a full, what I call belt and braces underneath. Preparation, wax oil, under seal. It's more like, it's not been, I've seen some rusty things in the time where they've hidden stuff, but that's on lovely and smooth and a thin coat. That's just absolutely incredible. All the way around. Now you can clearly see why it never has any advisories on the MOTs. Lots of protection underneath. I can't see any welding. I can't see any welding whatsoever where it's had patches or anything has been. You can clearly see someone has spent a lot of time on this. Even dry sump underneath. Not much to see underneath at the front because it's all covers, but it's the same story. So we'll just have a quick look underneath at the, yeah, so you've got just that cover there. Even all the tyres, they've even got all the knobbles on the tyres. I'll see if I can get a date on there, but they're all 4 matching tyres. They're just like new, so they have not been done many miles. So we'll just look under the passenger sill of the near side, passenger side. Again, it's exactly the same story. Beautiful in the wheel arches. This has been refurbished at some stage very professionally to a very high standard. So this is, yes. Now, I think we're just, right, so here we go. It's the only little bit I can find there, and that's just on the very inner lip of the front passenger wing. It's not even into the arch, it's just that little square line lip. So, depending if you're a show person, you would just paint that. But other than that, all the panels are incredible. So there's the underneath. We'll go back on top and show you inside. I did say, how nice is it underneath? Incredible. Obviously a previous owner, it's probably been to some VW shows and someone has spent a lot of time and effort and they have done it so professionally. It makes me cringe. I see some of these people, they buy a VW and they start buying cheap alloy wheels and putting silly stripes on. This has been kept as stock as possible. Just one thing to note there, I know that the later indicators, some were obviously the clear indicators. Normally on this they would be yellow indicators. It's obviously got the yellow bulb, so it's correctly and legal, but I know that's been changed. Coming round. So the bodywork, I'm going to struggle to find anything negative as such. As I say, I just pointed that little fine edge and it's only on the tiny little inner lip of that wing that I've just shown you underneath. Right, we'll start with the windows. So the early Clubmans had a sliding window here that come across, and at this sort of age they can go brittle, they can start getting condensation inside and cloud up the glass, the plastic glass. There's an invoice in 2019, so 5 years ago, £1,800 for new windows by a coach company that does minibus. These are just fantastic and they've got a lovely tint. Also inside all the windows, all brand new fly nets and blinds. But we'll go back into that. So we've got the drain tap there for the fresh water. We've got the fresh water. Yesterday, I said that this was due into my habitation guy, Steve from ST Caravan Services. I said, I've got something here that's coming in. It wouldn't surprise me if you go through it and you don't find a fault. He said, a 31-year-old, there's always something. Fridge not working, hot water not working, a slight little leak, maybe a gas leak. Sure enough, he went right through it. Perfect, totally faultless. Every single thing is working. So yesterday it was issued with a new habitation certificate. There's no legal requirement, but it's always advisable if you're buying a new vehicle to have a report, and that'll check for leaks or damp or any faults. Obviously we don't want electrical faults or gas leaks. He changed the gas hose and regulator and it's signed off. So coming round, yeah, that's definitely been replaced. That's definitely not 31 years old, and that's not 31 years old, so at some stage it's had a new Fioma F45 awning on it. The only thing I'd just say is just, again, being super critical, if you're a VW nut, you know who you are, and you're taking it to a show, just a little bit of blooming on a little bit of the grey at the bottom. I'm going to show you a trick. You can bring that up, but it will come back after maybe a month. So if you may want to take it into a body shop and get someone to really aggressively machine polish that, and you might bring it back to life. But obviously I'm being super critical. Look at that. That is just incredible. There's not a mark, scratch, the chrome ladders are spotless. Yep, they've been replaced, those windows. I'd say at some stage it's had a carry bike rack on there, but they're sealed up there, that's fine. I'm just struggling to find anything negative. Lovely stopper bumper on the back. You've got the stabilisers underneath. Coming round the driver's side. So, you've got the Thetford cassette toilet, and there's no way in God's green earth is that 31 years old. So obviously, oh wow, if the camera can come across, someone just loved and cherished this. They've even left you your little blue and pink chemicals, and it has a place underneath there. Yeah, that cassette storage system has definitely been replaced. Inside, loads of things have been replaced, but they're all the matching original Autosleeper parts, as you'll see when we go inside, or if you want to fast forward the video and stop listening to me for a while, you'll see what I'm talking about. The only thing I've seen on the fiberglass body is there's just a little area here, and I don't know whether the camera can see, that has definitely had a flashing of paint there. There's no marks, so perhaps someone's had a little scratch there, but that is just a little bit shade off discolouring. Again, probably no one would notice, but I want you to know exactly about this vehicle. I don't want you to underbid. There's no point in overbidding. You just have it as it is. But this, obviously if you wanted to take it to the next level and take it to shows, you would obviously maybe just have that in, but I'm being super critical. So we've started with a 6 kilogram kilogram Cala gas bottle. We've got the gas hose there and the new regulator. We've got the Carver hot water system there. That does lock. I've just got the key in the cassette there. That's the Carver for heating the hot water on gas. What was I going to show? So one thing is your friend. Top tip here. Wood silk. This is, you can get this from Home and Bargains. It's about £1.30 a can, and this is great stuff. Silicone free, so you can polish your matte tin here, anything black. And if you just put, see where it's just a little bit blooming there, I haven't got a rag on me, but if you just dust that there, and that will take that off. But as I say, then that will be shining. You probably buff that in and that'll probably last you a month, but that blooming will come back. So I don't want to just put that on and present it to you and then in a month's time you've got a slight blooming. So that's just up to you to decide. Yeah, just the drivers, I'm going to take over the camera shortly, but the seats are perfect. The steering wheel, yeah, you know what? Let's go for a drive. Right then, let's start her up. Ignition on. Wait for the coil light to go out. Preheater for the diesel. Seatbelt on. Oh, am I going to enjoy driving this? Okay. Wind up windows, of course. No central locking. No engine management lights. No sat nav. We have actually got a CD, have we? Yep. JVC CD radio. This gearbox is beautiful, absolutely lovely. So at some stage, I would hazard a guess that this has had, some of the earlier T4s can be troublesome or just going into the gates of the gears. And they have a bush kit, it's like a little plastic bush kit that you can buy and fit them on the selectors and it brings it back to newness. So I would suggest that this has been replaced. I've never drove a 31-year-old vehicle. Did I mention it was 31 years old? That drives, steering wheel dead centre. It just looks lovely. All the knurl marks is just original. Very few rattles as you would expect on a quality Autosleeper build. We'll just drop it down into third, go around this corner, and then we go with the chicane at the top and we'll open it up to national speed limit. This must have been so advanced in the day, in 1993. Wow. Okay, so I've just knocked her down into third gear. Oh yes, that's accelerating nicely. 40, 45 in third, 50, 55 in fourth. Top gear, oh yes, and we're now at 60 mile an hour at the national speed limit. I can hardly hear any rattles or shakes. Steering wheel dead centre, apply the brakes, dead centre. Yeah, this is just a pleasure. Heater, yeah, that works. We've got wipers, indicators of course. This is just beautiful. Yeah, so not only do I invite you taking a free delivery, I probably insist on this, it'll be a pleasurable day out for me. I'll deliver this anywhere myself personally, I'll guarantee it, and I'll get the train back. All I would ask is a voluntary contribution of £100 for the train ticket as well as the fuel. So if you're in the north of Scotland or on the south coast, not a problem. It'll be a pleasurable day out to drive this out. Okay, I'll take over the camera now and we'll show you the features inside. There we go, I'm still smiling. So I think it's that time, we'll get Dennis the drone up, we'll show you the roof, and I'd just reiterate, I'll be happy and content to drive this anywhere. Go for it, Dennis, and let's show us the roof. Thanks for that flyover, Dennis. Just shows you how nice it is upstairs. I've shown you underneath the top. Let's show you inside. So I just thought I'd start first of all showing you the awning. And there's no way on God's green earth is that 31 years old. That is just, again, incredible. So I would suggest a previous owner has had that newly fitted a few years ago. So first of all, we'll go inside and show you the bed setup, configuration, call it what you like. Yes, very good. And look at the interior, absolutely spotless again. This is just incredible, of Autosleeper furnishings and fixings. So those both come together. That one comes a bit further and the back side sofa slots into place. On that side, the driver's side, you have two little filling cushions, and then this back part goes across there. These two are your armrests when you sat up. You lift them up, flop them into place and push both the driver's and the passenger seat all the way forward. So that now is creating, would you believe, that's about 6'2" long, and the width is about 6'4". Or you could remove that, and if you want two single beds, you just push those into place. Those go into the fill-in sections there, and that'll create your two single beds. But I would suggest most people would use it in the big, massive queen size. So I'll come back out now and show you when the beds are made, or not made up as it were. Okay, back in we go. So off we go again. So now you can see, we'll just put some lights on. All Autosleepers generally have one. I've just plugged in the mains. That one will only work on mains electric, but no surprise, all the lights are working. Reading lights, every single thing you touch. Let's get some lights on. It's just gone a bit darker now. We're going to get the light on in the bathroom, of course. Off we go. So yeah, so I've just put the bed back in place now, so you've got the two large side sofas. When I was doing that, look what I found. Now I can't completely answer this. We've got another two 3-point seat belts, but we've only got half of them. We haven't got the buckle end that it clips into. I've just looked down both sides and it has had extra metal plates fitted that I don't think are from Autosleepers. So all you would need is to get two female buckles, and then you've got another two rear 3-point seat belts. Nice little bonus. Or of course you can go to Seatbelt Services. I've used them in the past. They're the only seatbelt company I would recommend. That's all they do. Seatbelt Services, if you Google them, they're on Facebook as well, and they're in Wembley, London. Yeah, just look at the interior here. There's not a mark, tear, no smells. Totally and utterly original. And of course what you've become accustomed to is the Autosleeper wooden panels, all solid wood. That's your place for all your cups and saucers and plates. And no surprise, folks, even the buttons and bezels on this vehicle were not that bad. Just some of the buttons, but I couldn't, my OCD level, especially with this vehicle, so I've changed them all the way through. And of course it's got the solid Autosleeper table. We'll just move that out the way so I can get access to the front. Just even the chrome tables, legs spotless, everything's just incredible, absolutely incredible. Also, I keep spotting new things on this. This has been replaced, that's new. So this cover vent is new, the fly net, all that surround is new. Same on the one at the back, that's new, that's been replaced at some stage. So a couple of years ago, probably the last owner, I spent a small fortune. That's all been replaced. Brand new replaced cooker. So I don't know whether they like the old fashioned, because it would have been 31 years old. But that's a brand new cooker. But it's all in keeping and all sits nicely with the original. Look at that, with the original Autosleeper fixings. Oh, clip at the bottom, so it's not going to rattle when you drive. That's not Autosleeper, so a previous owner, I don't know why they've put that there to clip that, maybe clip over a little bin or something. But all the rest of it, all this, the trim, the upholstery, the roof, is totally original. So there's those two large windows. They say they've got a smoke tint on the back, so they're slightly dark looking, but clear from the inside. Now it just keeps getting better. Again, brand spanking new, but well, I say brand spanking new blinds and fly nets. They were probably fitted at the same time as the new windows, all the way through. That's all new. And the only thing I could find, you can't see on the outside because they're double skinned, these windows, but on this one, if you can just see there, it's just got some lines on the outside, so just something to be wary of or note of. You, I don't want you nitpicking and saying it has had a new window at some stage. There's no way that's the original one, but it's just got a few marks on the inside. It's double skinned, it's dry, it's waterproof. Okay, everything. It's just absolutely brilliant. The famous Autosleeper, very straightforward control panel, on and off. That's for your water pump, that's been tested, that's for your accessories, and hidden inside there is your fuse box. Wine cabinet, so that was that wood silk, that's your Autosleeper friend. So for cleaning the outside, any black trims, and that brings up all these, so you can just bring that on. It makes it a nice, I wouldn't say a super shiny, a slightly matte shine, but it does bring the paintwork up nice. And it's silicone free and it does smell nice. So that's your friend for an Autosleeper for all the woodwork. 3-way fridge, again all clean and all tested working. Underneath, I've even changed all your buttons underneath here. Large drawers, opening and closing as they should do. I think on the other side you'll have service hatch. You've got a service hatch there to your carver, and it's also had the heating system will blow hot air. All the conduit piping has been replaced as well, so the piping on there that comes round, I can see with my BDI that that's been replaced. So I just go in the wardrobe, yeah, all that, all the way through the vehicle has been replaced. It's had, and you can see there, that's a new TV aerial, a new TV booster. It's had some upgrade electrics, hold on to a nice standard actually, so just an even professional conduit tube in there, a place there and clip for your crank handle for the awning, and it's even got a clip in for the awning if you wanted a third leg on the inside of the awning in the middle. Pull this little cabinet down, and in the day, obviously people now use laptops and downloads and iPads, etc. But in the day you'd put a TV, and there's nothing to stop you doing that still anyway. You've got your carver hot water there, and your heating. You've got a plug there for 12 volt electrics, TV aerial point mains. This is just incredible. Even inside all the wardrobe. Beautiful. Not a mark on it. Let's have a look in the wet room. And no surprise, so you've got the large mirror that goes up to there, and then on this side, that is not an original. Someone, a very nice job, someone has put a new mirror there. All clipped in properly. Vanity mirror. It's beautiful. Hot and cold shower working. Lights, I've told you about, that's been replaced. We'll just clip this, and that saves the sink, drop down sink, that's nice. Hot and cold water, again all tested and working. We'll just put that clip into place. Soap holder, I would suggest that's for squirty soap or shower gel. Toilet, again no surprise, spotless, press there for your flush. Toilet roll holder, in fact there's some toilet roll there. The original Autosleeper shower carpet, and look at that tray. Wow. Even the carpets are lovely. All the original carpets. It's just fascinating how it's been kept in this condition. 31 years old. All the dashboards lovely. Steering wheel, door cards, wind up windows. No cracks, all the seats are lovely. There's all the paperwork which will be in the advert description below. Okay folks, so just to recap, this is an absolute magnificent 1993 Autosleeper Clubman. I would probably put my neck out and say it'll probably be arguably the nicest 1993 Autosleeper in the country. It's MOT'd till May next year, so it's got 7 or 8 months MOT, and obviously it's just going to glide through the next MOT. If you want to pay me extra and get a new MOT, there's no problem whatsoever. And I'm going to put you a total 3 months warranty on it. There's not many dealers would sell a 31-year-old vehicle and warranty it. You've seen all the other adverts, sold as seen, trade, sale. I'm happy to put my name on this. I'll deliver it personally. It's been an absolute pleasure to show this off and video it, and it will also be a pleasure to drive it. So good luck with your bidding, folks. It's on sale with no reserve. My name's Anthony Valentine, the Camper Nerd. You can contact me on 0798 526 1078. Viewing is a must and a pleasure. 9 AM till 4 PM Monday to Friday, or outside of those hours by arrangement. And as I say, the next video I'm hoping is going to be the very fantastic 2001 Roma home with the fiberglass body, 1 owner from brand new, and only done 42,000 miles and 23 services. Absolutely concourse it is. But there you go. Good luck. I'll catch you on that next video.